Hello everyone. I don't know if you can tell in the background, if you can see much of the layout, but some changes are at hand for the layout and also for myself personally. It's all good, nothing to be concerned about there. But, as they say, nothing is so constant in life as change. And my wife and I are going through some changes. Again, it's all good. We're moving, moving to a larger house. And the reason for that is that my mother-in-law is getting up in years, and we've noticed a few changes in her behavior, and so it's just time that we kind of all move in together under one roof. I'm not going to go into the details, but that's the decision. So our house is up for sale. My mother-in-law has sold her home, and so now we are embarking down the path of buying a new residence for all three of us. So, hand in hand with that, the layout has to move. So over the weekend, I started, I won't call it demolition, I guess I'll call it deconstruction, because I intend to use as much of it as possible in the new house. The room that I'm putting it in, or plan to put it in at least, is a little bit bigger than this. This room is 9.5 wide, and it's close to 14.4. I believe, in length, and it's got the two doors. You've seen the bridges going across the doorways, and I apologize for my appearance. Kind of another thing I had planned was another project that I was going to start, and I had bought all the material for that and from Lowe's a couple of weeks ago, and luckily had not started on that project. It was just a week ago that we decided to make this change in residence. So I was just out in the garage loading all the material back up in my trailer to return it. So that's why I'm a little sweaty here. But anyway, back to the layout. When I created the layout and I put it together, it was with the plan that at some point it would have to be removed and taken down and removed from this room. Whether that be at the point where my wife and I retire and we decide to move to Florida, for example. But the move came a little bit quicker than what I thought it was going to, obviously. I've known about this for about a week. I haven't done anything major on the layout this past week. I've done a couple of little projects, but I'd show you those, but they're packed away. I was saying that the room that the layout is anticipated to go in is a little bit larger than this one. I believe it's 12 by 15. So a little bit wider, about 3 feet wider and about 1 foot longer. The advantage to this other room is that, the room in the new house, is that it has a closet on one wall, which is very deep. And it also has an entrance to what I'll call a crawl space. It's not really a crawl space. It's probably about 6 or 8 feet of depth and a lot of length there, maybe, I don't know, 15 or 20 feet in length, and then the rest of it is definitely a crawl space. It's got dirt in it, and you crawl up in under the rest of the house. So once we get there, and again, we're not going to close till the end of October, so I'm still going to be here for a couple of months, but I decided to go ahead and start deconstruction now, so I can get the room back to normal, so that we can show the house with this room, as an empty room. So a couple of things about the new layout. I'm not going to be able to replicate what I have because obviously the doors are not in the same place. The dimensions are a little bit different. Because I have this closet, which, if let's say that we're in the new room, it's 12 feet side to side, 15 feet long. And back in this corner where my mountain is right now, there's a doorway to a closet, which is I think about 4 or 6 feet deep, probably I don't know, 48 inches wide. So a couple of things: staging area back in the closet, and to the my left, what would be your right as you're viewing this video, is the entrance to the crawl space. So a couple of things I've thought about. I've always not liked multi-level layouts because, the there's not, you know, the real world is not multi-level. You know, maybe I'm having a change of heart now because of this crawl space. I have the perfect spot for a helix. Goes out of the room, into the helix, back into the room, second level. So some of you guys that have multi-level layouts that like them, I'd like to hear from you and hear what you like about them. Some of you who have had them and don't like them, I would like to hear from you as well. Some of you who have single level layouts and either like or don't like multi-level layouts, I'd like to hear from you. So all opinions are desired. One thing I could do in this crawl space, and it would be a rather adventuresome undertaking. The crawl space itself is probably, gosh, I'm going to say it's 25 feet wide, which would be front to back here, 25 feet wide, and I'm guessing 30 feet deep. And at the far end of the crawl space, it's probably got 4 feet of headroom in there. So what I could do, and this is just kind of me thinking really outside the box, I could run track the whole way out into the crawl space and back around, you know, and back into the room. My fear is that I'm going to have climate issues with that. You know, so that's just kind of me thinking outside the box. I'm not sure, you know, if that's even feasible, whether or not it would be plausible to do. But so those are some of the things I've been kicking around. There's also an attic space. It's an unfinished attic space in the house, walk-in storage right now. Because of the way the heat and air units are configured, I'm not sure that there's a place to put a layout in there. Originally I thought, you know, I can have the entire attic as a place to build my railroad empire, we'll call it, but I don't think that's going to happen. So anyway, feedback on the multi-level issue would be, you know, welcome. I do plan to show the deconstruction of this layout. I'm not sure when I'm going to start that. It's probably going to be, I don't know, I may have a chance to do some of that this week. So I'm going to start with removing the fascia, and then obviously the DCC will come out. It's just back up under here, you know, a couple of extra wires to pull loose. This side of the layout here is going to be the easiest, I think, to remove because there's no scenery up against the walls. So it's going to come out fairly easily. You know, remove the fascia, unbolt the layout from the ledger board that's bolted against the wall, and this piece should come out. Over here, this table ends right here at the corner. So there's a division point this way, and there's also a division point this way, and that corner is kind of independent. So my issue is going to be, you know, I can get the bridge out without a problem. So I'm going to have to probably cut the scenery with a reciprocating saw, I think, to get it loose. I may be able to actually remove it because it's plaster cloth on top of newsprint. So I'm going to go that route first. I'm going to see if I can actually remove the scenery by soaking it with water. And, you know, so this will be an experiment for deconstruction. I'm not sure if any of you have ever done this before, but, you know, I'm going to try it. So removing the scenery, you know, hopefully when I remove the scenery from the walls don't get damaged too much. So hopefully, you know, all I have to do is maybe do a little scraping and repainting. So I'm looking forward to the adventure. I guess I'll say I'm going to miss this layout, but it was never really finished. You know, I ran some trains, as you've seen. I never really got it to the point where I could operate it, at least in my mind. You know, the track was all down, it was all powered and so forth, but I never did much operation, other than sitting here watching the long trains run around and taking a break from projects. So I'm going to just give you a brief tour, show you what I've done so far, and then we'll sign off. So be right back. So starting back here in the corner, I have deforested the hill. You know, luckily I didn't glue any of the trees in. I see a log sitting up there that I've got to get. So That's been removed. All the trees, I believe, the whole way around have been removed. There's just some of those, some of the scrub grass and stuff that's still there. I'm hoping, as I said, to be able to use most of the layout, at least the bench work. I'm not sure about the track plan. The track, luckily, again, for me, I never ballasted, so I won't have that mess to deal with. None of the turnouts are glued in place, so I should be able to slip the rail joiners off of those and just remove the turnouts wherever I need to. If I decide, at some point to rebuild the layout, obviously I could just pull the turnouts out and hopefully salvage most of the track. Cork roadbed, that's another story. That's going to be gone. I don't think it's coming up because it's glued down fairly well. The real rock on here is going to be a mess to kind of clean up, but anyway, that's life. So again, all the trees are gone. I was starting last night to disassemble the country church scene, so that's mostly taken apart now. A few more things to remove there. I've got a lot of stuff in boxes. Those are my super trees that I haven't used yet. All the locomotives are boxed up here, and the coal mine is removed. Those boxes over there, I don't know what's in them, but it doesn't matter because all this stuff is train room stuff. Obviously I've got to box the radical flats up over here. Over here where I had the auto plant and then all the radical flats down the wall, luckily they all came off. I had just used spray adhesive on the back of foam core, and luckily here they are. The foam core paper, it's paper on both sides, just pulled loose. So these are going to be good to reattach, no damage there. So I was lucky on that. Sorry about the seasickness here of the camera. All the trees are in this box, so I'll reuse them. And so I'm to the point of starting to take things down. But I just wanted to give you an update. I know it's been a while, probably a month or so since I've done a video, and I just wanted to let you know why and where I am. I had thought about doing a couple of more running videos, maybe changing out the trains a bit, but just never got to that. So what I do have that I filmed, not filmed, back in the day it was filmed, now it's recorded. I had all the locos lined up over here. Did a couple of still shots and then did one short video, so I'll tack that on at the end, just so you can see what my loco fleet is comprised of. So I'll wind it up. Again, deconstruction probably begins this week. There's a few other things related to the move that I have to attend to, but I'm going to try and get most of it done. So again, I apologize to the new subscribers who thought they were going to see a continuation of this layout build, but everybody who's a subscriber now is going to get to see a new layout build in a while. As I said, I'm not going to be moving till we don't actually close until October 30th. So, November, December, holidays, probably not a whole lot's going to get done, but once we're in the house, I'll show you where everything is and show you, what the situation is as far as the space, and we can talk about it then. Again, I appreciate all the subscribers, all the comments, and all the support that I've received from you guys over the years. It's meant a lot, and I didn't think I was going to be starting a new layout so soon, but here we go. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later. All right, everyone, here's the motive power lineup before the pack up. It's taking a slow pan.